Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Morning viewers. In this video, we are going to see about the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, which is going to take place on October 30th around 4:45 p.m. where Rahu moves from Aries to Pisces and Ketu moves from Libra to Virgo. We'll be seeing the effect of Rahu Ketu transit on each zodiac in a separate video. If you are new to my channel, keep this channel subscribed so that you will get my updates instantly. It may be an easy task for you. It can give a lot of motivation and enthusiasm in us to release such videos. Rahu, so far placed in the house of Aries, is going to move to the house of Jupiter, which is Pisces. Same way, Ketu from Libra is going to move to the house of Mercury, which is Virgo. So the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, mainly the transit of Rahu seems to be highly positive because it moves to the house of Jupiter, and Jupiter is a very positive planet, and we can expect positive predictions to almost all the zodiac. At the same time, Ketu represents the knowledge. Same way, Mercury also represents the practical knowledge, as Jupiter, on a contrary, is a traditional knowledge where we learn through a school teacher right from beginning to elementary school to the postgraduate level. It is a unique type of learning Jupiter will impact upon, but Mercury is a planet which imparts knowledge out of our experience. It depends upon person to person, the situation the person takes, so he learns lot of things out of his own. This is what Mercury will do. If Ketu is associated with the house of Mercury and Ketu symbolizes the knowledge, so we can say there will be abundance knowledge in the upcoming 1.5 years for those who are studying in schools and colleges and those who are working in different sectors. They can earn lot of knowledge. There will be a good shift in their lives. Generally for Rahu and Ketu, they don't have any own houses like other planets. So wherever they get associated, they behave like that house owner. For instance, if Rahu moves to Pisces, it will behave like Jupiter, and Ketu, when it get associated with the house of Mercury, it behaves like Mercury. So it is as equal as saying Jupiter is a ruler at his own house and Mercury is a ruler at his own house. This is the way we need to see at this Rahu Ketu transit. In the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, when we see the planetary positions, on October 30th, 2023 around 4:45 p.m., you have Rahu placed at Pisces, and fortunately the ascendant is also Pisces, and the second house Aries, Jupiter is alone now. So far Jupiter getting conjuncted with Rahu had lost its individuality, but now Jupiter will exhibit its own power, and you have the moon at the Taurus, the Kritika star, and Venus is placed at the Leo, and Ketu is at Virgo, and you have a conjunction of planets Sun, Mercury and Mars at Libra. Saturn as usual is a ruler at his own house, Aquarius, and you have the star Kritika on that day. So now, based on the planetary positions and based on the present position of Saturn and Jupiter and the upcoming Jupiter transit, we will see for the next 1.5 years the impact of Rahu Ketu on different zodiac. Generally for Rahu and Ketu, it moves in the anti-clockwise direction and it stays in a particular house for almost 1.5 years. So next to Saturn, Rahu Ketu takes the maximum time period of staying in a particular zodiac for almost 1.5 years. So it's going to be a great impact upon each and every individual. But at the same time, one has to note that the personal horoscope will take its higher priority. It gives up to 80% results from the personal horoscope. The present position of planets, the impact of the Rahu Ketu transit, it will have only an impact up to 20 to 25% on an individual. So one need not have to worry about positive or the negative results of the impact. Majority comes from the personal horoscope only. Scorpio, the 8th zodiac sign. For Scorpio, in the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, Rahu from the 6th house moves to the 5th house and Ketu from 12th house moves to the 11th house. Comparing to Rahu, the placement of Ketu seems to be favorable for Scorpio. At the same time, for Rahu, 5th house is house of Jupiter, and Jupiter happens to be the 2nd and 5th house lord. To an extent, it will do positivity. There may be some issues with the children and the children's education. They face certain health related problems. There will be challenges in the studies of the children, but as it turns out to be the house of Jupiter, it will do many positive things also. Those who are jobless for long can get good job opportunities. Those who are working in a company can get good incentives, increments and all during the period. As Jupiter happens to be the 2nd house lord, those who are unmarried, they may get an opportunity to get a married life and settle down in the life. They could win over the enemies in this period. The communication strength can help them a lot. Till the end of April, 2024, as Jupiter is associated with the 6th house, they may face some health related issues, but at the same time they will get the suitable medicines and get remedies. Even if they approach to bank for loans, there may be initial problems, but they will get a loan sanctioned. There may be some competitions, there may be some enmities in the business and workplace, but slowly they turn out to be the friends or they vanish from their place. So some of the positivity could happen. Even for those who are looking for childbirth, the period seems to be favorable. Some children may go to foreign countries for better study. They get the desired universities. Some may get a frequent travel to different places. This zodiac, those who are doing spiritual preachers, who are political speakers, those who are doing traditional medicines like Ayurveda, Siddha and Homeo, like that, they may get good business during this time. The consulting gets appreciated across more people and they get good number of crowds during the period. Even for astrologers, Vastu Sastras, numerologists, they all find the period more suitable and favorable for them. Rahu initially travels on the Nakshatra or the star of Mercury. Mercury happens to be the 8th and 11th house lord for Scorpio. It is partially good and partially bad. They get good revenue. Business will improve a lot. Especially those who are into the agriculture business can get good revenue during that time. Even for those who are in the construction field, who are selling arms and ammunition, they may see some good rise in the business. Even for this zodiac, those who are doing petrol, crude oil and oil business, they may get a reasonable profit in this period. As 11th house indicate profit, and there will be good support from the elder brothers and the parents. Those who are looking for a second marriage, the time seems to be favorable for them. But 8th house also indicates some stress, so they may face a lot of stress during that time. There will be tension and blood pressure during the period for the elders. When Rahu moves on the Nakshatra or the star of Saturn, and Saturn happens to be the 3rd and 4th house lord, their efforts can bring them a lot of success. The hard work can yield a good support to them. They can increase their assets. Some may buy 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers and some may even construct their own house. There will be good support from the mother and mother side family. The health of the mother will get improved if they face any health related issues. So the 4th house seems to be positive for them. As Saturn itself is a strong ruler at 4th house, investments in share market and other mutual funds can yield them a reasonable profits. But here the problem is like children during that time may be lazy or idle. They may not concentrate in the studies during that period. The parents need to push them for better studies. So they need to monitor the children to ensure that they study very seriously. So the movement of Rahu on the Nakshatra of Saturn is partially good and partially bad. When Rahu moves on the Nakshatra or the star of Jupiter, as Jupiter happens to be the 2nd and 5th house lord, the communication strength will improve that time. Those who are working with communication as a base can find a huge profit. Some may get good opportunities as teachers, lawyers and even some may get opportunities to practice their own. There will be freelancers. They'll be consultants. They may start their own business as consultant, as Siddha medicines, Ayurvedic medicines and all. During that period, the Jupiter will be at the 7th house and it will aspect the zodiac directly. So health related issues will be solved. Those who are facing health related issues, they get good medicine support and they could able to see the diseases getting down slowly. Those who are unmarried, that time seems to be favorable for a married life. Some may get settled down in their life. There will be good relationship between the friends, business partners. So those who are doing partnership business, they look at the business more seriously and expand to foreign countries. Those who are into the textile industry, fashion and catering based business, they get good business and there will be huge profit during that time. So for Scorpio, the position of Rahu is good at 5th house. Also the nakshatras or the star it travels is also seems to be really favorable for them. Now let us see the impact of Ketu for Scorpio. For Scorpio, Ketu from 12th house moves to the 11th house is favorable. The period of the upcoming Rahu Ketu seems to be favorable in terms of getting good revenue. Those who are working in companies can find incentives, increments and all. They may get even promotions. Some may even get transferred to different locations. Those who are jobless for long may get good job opportunities and they'll get a desired salary during the period. As the 11th house is house of Mercury, some may get job opportunities in the accounts field, finance sector. Some may join as insurance agents or financial advisors. So these are positivity for them. Some may even get an opportunity for a second marriage. There may be good support from the seniors and the elders. Those who are working as priest in the temple and those who are performing pujas get good opportunities and business during that time. At the same time, Mercury happens to be the 8th house lord also. Those who are into the social media business may get good opportunities during that time. Especially for those who are financial advisors and insurance agents, they get a reasonable profit during that time. Investments in share market, mutual funds and other financial sectors can also yield them some good profit. Some may get unexpected luck through gambling or through race or through lottery tickets and all. So it looks favorable to an extent. Initially, Ketu moves on the Nakshatra or the star of Mars, and Mars happens to be the zodiac lord. So that time seems to be favorable. They'll have more self-confidence and they can face any challenges courageously. During that period, they'll get the lended money back to them immediately, and same way if they take any loans to the bank, it may get sanctioned very quickly. They can win out of their enemies during that period. Even health issues, they can get resolved using better medicines and good doctors. So the time seems to be favorable. Next, Ketu moves on the Nakshatra or the star of Moon, and Moon happens to be the 9th house lord. There may be good support from the father and father side family. Some may get properties from the father's side. Some may even find a short journey. Some may do pilgrimage visit to temples and other holy places. So the time seems to be favorable for them. Some may even go to a foreign country and stay for a trip there. When Ketu moves on the Nakshatra or the star of Sun, Sun happens to be the 10th house lord. Depends upon the strength of the personal horoscope and the current Mahadasa. Some may even get government job. There will be good support from the government. Any case pending in the court and the verdict could be favorable for them. Some may get projects from the government. Some may get assistance from government like pension and other incentives. So there will be good relationship with the father and the father side family during that period. Some may buy assets. Some may get an opportunity to lead a team. Some may even enter into politics. Those who are working in company may get elevated to senior positions. They need to handle a lot of subordinates. So the time seems to be favorable for those who are studying management group and those who are in the management side. They will get good support from the subordinates. Using their power of speech, they can able to control and command the subordinates and get the things done, and it could be more successful period for them. So the position of Ketu for Scorpio seems to be favorable, and even the nakshatra it travels looks favorable for them. So for Scorpio, the movement of Rahu to an extent good as it goes to the house of Jupiter, but when it travels on the star or nakshatras of Saturn, there may be some problems also. Similarly, the movement of Ketu to an extent it is good as it goes to the 11th house of Mercury, but Mercury is also responsible for the 8th house for Scorpio. And the nakshatras, fortunately, Ketu is going to travel, will all be friendly planets with Mars, and so for Scorpio, considering the planetary position, the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit can yield up to 75% positivity.